Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to stop whatever you're doing and go watch Moyaka Punch. It's basically a show about a canceled YouTuber who meets a vampire who's riddled in debt, and they decide to make a YouTube channel together because said canceled YouTuber got tossed out of her previous YouTuber group for being, and as I quote, a violent biatch. Quite literally what is said. Um, and she's like, hey, if you help me get to 1 million subscribers, feast away, girl, who's thirsty as hell for this Yuri bait. PA Works originals are 9 out of 10 times very, very enjoyable. But PA Works also has this odd way of just creating such a banger that comes out of nowhere that it can quickly become a favorite of yours. And a lot of the 2010s in that area for PA Works stuff really were that for me. If this first episode is a good indication of what to expect with this show, this without a doubt could be one of my favorite shows of the season. Please go watch the canceled YouTuber anime. It is freaking funny. Of course, I have full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to any of these episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. So, I don't know what it is, but I thought this was mainly just a canceled YouTuber show. The vampire stuff was a pleasant surprise for me, but like, it's just the way they go about exploring both sides before the two of them come together in this abandoned hospital. So you have this girl who's just like watching some live stream, just talking mad shit. She's just like, screw this, screw that. And it's basically because the comments all hate her. She's the one who got outed from the group for being a violent bitch, as they say. She rushes over and is a violent bitch again. The whole idea that they're basically like, hey, we're gonna do this without you. So her brilliant idea is, I'm gonna start my own channel. The unfortunate thing is that she doesn't understand she should probably do the apology to her first rather than just, hey, I'm gonna start my channel. And the idea that you have this like supernatural side to the show with this vampire who, just the idea that she has this dream about our MC, right? And basically she's like, I'm hungry for that MC, I'm going to drink her blood. You have this like lolly maid-like character who is thirsting over Central Vampire, who thinks Central Vampire's all over her when in actuality she wants this canceled YouTuber. It is the weirdest love triangle that you're gonna experience this season, I think, and I'm completely here for it. But when they add in the debt collector angle, it's just so good. Canceled YouTuber doesn't know how to be socially acceptable, plus debt collectors, because Lolly Maid over here decided to trade penny stocks. Just watching dumbass videos of how to get rich in the stock market, and now they have no money to pay off their debts. And all, of course, the Central Vampire cares about is getting some great blood. And the fact that they come together in this abandoned hospital is just hilarious to me. Because the way they go about everything is just, it's such slapstick comedy, but it's done so like with a purpose, with a confidence. It's just like every step of the way, the insanity that pops up while the character's getting sucker punched, just the idea of getting jumped by vampires, or honestly, I think my favorite gag is just, I wasn't expecting. I was like, oh, maybe like the vampire angle is going to be like more cosplaying vampires, like it's going to be a gimmick. And then her hand hits the sun, she just starts burning. And then like the lolly vampire comes in and like pushes her and she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to close it when I was clean. It's like, what even is this show? Why is it so good? Why is the dialogue so witty and snappy? Why is it like, okay, you can have these insane shows, especially from PA Works. They're no stranger to the insanity, don't get it twisted. But it's the way this goes about it, and it like takes itself so seriously while still just being ridiculously fun. And honestly, it's a legitimately interesting idea. Canceled YouTuber, trying again to get 1 million subscribers, now because she's pals with this vampire can do a lot of creative, crazy, supernatural things. You're gonna have 1/3 of the internet be conspiracy theorists thinking it's all real and no one takes them seriously. You have another section who are gonna just say that she's probably trying too hard, and another section who just completely thinks she has the best special effects ever, and maybe we should give this canceled bitch another shot. And it's gonna work. And the whole idea that we're gonna continuously build up, you know, some sort of dynamic, at least from one side it feels very thirsty, like she wants to suck on a little more than just blood. For our central girl, she just cares about the fame. And she is a drunken, violent woman, and it is going to be fantastic to see the dynamics at play. And I mean, when you look at the opening, right? Like, openings can be a good indication of kind of like expectations. When I'm watching that opening before everything happened, I'm like, what are we looking at? Like, are they making movies? Like, what's going on? And at this point, knowing we have a legitimate vampire that could add to our videos, we're gonna go on goddamn movie level adventures, and honestly, the internet's not gonna be ready, and even knowing the truth about everything, I don't think I'm gonna be ready. Insanely well produced, even before, like, the supernatural stuff starts happening, they had such fun with the visual flair. So all of the hate comments start, like, coming out of the screen in this, like, ominous purple haze, and it starts spinning around like it's a magical chant. Really cool way to, like, visualize, like, just toxicity online and how she's feeling about it. And then, obviously, when we actually got into the more flying scene, that flying scene actually reminded me of Call of the Night, I'm not gonna lie. Very beautifully done, and it's gonna be interesting. I think there's, like, legitimately an interesting character arc that you can show between the central two. The characters all seem fun and different, and honestly, like, I don't find myself saying, damn, this really reminds me of this. I'm just like, damn, PA Works, how do you continuously, like, even a PA Works original that isn't for me, I'm like, oh, that's a little slow and boring for me. I never look at PA Works as being like a studio that just, it tries it, like, they are very much a workplace driven, like, studio. They love workplace series, but, like, the past few years, they've definitely started to be a little more crazy, and I'm completely here for it. Whatever this new age of PA Works is, I'm here for this one. Not gonna lie, top 5 first episode of the season. 110%. I really wasn't expecting a whole lot from the show. I thought it would be a casual, fun watch on a Monday. Because, you know, the poster image, the trailer and stuff, it looked fun, right? You know, like the whole idea of like, oh, we're trying to get to 1 million subs after a failure of a YouTube channel. That's kind of sounds fun. You don't see too much with the whole like kind of YouTube. Yeah, they're calling it NewTube, but we know what it is. And just like very quickly, I'm watching this thinking, you know, we might have a gem here. Might have a diamond in the rough here. And yeah, I think we do. This was one of the biggest pleasant surprises for me of this season. And it's weird because, like, 3 to 4 days out of the week over this past week of watching anime, there's these shows that I walked in with, like, minimal to low expectations and found myself saying, hot damn, I bet this is going to be another show that the anime community sleeps on, but is actually legitimately one of the best shows of the season. And I really feel like the summer season has a lot of that, where like a lot of these shows don't have buzz, but there's so many great shows to watch, but I think a lot of people are afraid to give some of these shows a chance, so hopefully people check this one out, because legitimately one of my most anticipated episode 2s for sure now. Let me know what you thought down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Ikuno, Nalu, Mark, Christian Navidad, and we also have Ricardo. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and don't live stream drunk. This girl's gonna ruin her life. Have a good one.